Hello, my name is Tatiana and I'm Rona of IsWoolish. And here is our furry yarn and we will start to make the bag from it. I use this yarn. I took the yarn from Hobby, this one, and the hook 4.5 millimeters. So let's start to crochet. You can use any furry yarn and your effect and the bag will look really the same. So this yarn is quite specific and I will show you how you can manage it easily. Let's start to crochet. I make this first, let's say, stitch. I will not call it stitch because it's just to make the knot at the beginning. And make the first stitch now. And I put immediately the marker into it. This is the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So we totally made 5 stitches. Now we made the first one again, put the marker, second one, third one, fourth one. Now you should put the finger here on this fourth stitch, fifth, sixth, and seventh. These 3 stitches we will use like our first DC, and we will make the real DC stitch into the 4th stitch where we have our finger. And by this way, we already got 2 stitches. You can see the first one and the second one. Now we are making the third one, the fourth one, the most difficult thing is to make this first row. And the 5th one we should make into our marker. So totally, including these 3 chains at the beginning, we got 5 stitches. And now we should make the next 5 stitches, starting from the next here. We make 1, make 2, we make 3, 4, and the last stitch should be done into our marker, and 5. Okay, we got our 10 stitches, including these 3 chain at the beginning. I will show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We don't need the markers anymore. You can put them off. And let's start to make our next row. Turn 3 chain. And now, so you can see this yarn is quite difficult and is quite impossible to crochet in 2 stitches. That is why I will crochet in between the stitches. You see, here is our spaces in between the stitches. You can feel them easily with your fingers. So let's start from very first. You should start from very first our space. So we made 3 chain and now we start with DC stitches. Help yourself with your fingers. This is the last one, 9th stitch. You can see. So you can count totally with 3 chain. We should get 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you should make by the same way as many rows as indicated in the pattern. Wait a second. So turn again, chain 3, and again starting from the very first space, make our DC stitches. It is quite easy and really very fast. So go ahead and, as I told you, make as many rows as indicated in the pattern. So when I will make 5 rows, I will get the piece like this. And now we should turn. This will be our bottom. Make 3 chain. Now we should make 9 DC stitches in between our stitches when we are crocheting the first side. So this is our last stitch. And we got 10 stitches totally on this side, including 3 chain at the beginning. Now we should crochet to this side. So here is our first row where we crochet. So this is our last DC we made, and this is our first DC row. We made 5 DC rows. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. So crocheting from this row, we make 2 DC stitches into each row. We always crochet into the space. And the last one, so last 2 stitches. And also from this side we should get 10 stitches. So if you will count them, you will get. Now we should make here on this side, on the set side, we will crochet in between our stitches. So here is our last stitch we made. This is the first space where we will crochet. So we are making 9 DC stitches in between the stitches here on our bottom. So here are them. So this is our 8th stitch, and now the last 9 stitch you will make into the last space here, but we should make 10 stitches as we got the 10 stitches with 3 chain from the other side. So we are making very last stitch into this bottom stitch here, let's say in the angle stitch here, and we got 10 stitches also from this side. Now we should crochet along all 3 sides here. This is 1, 2 and 3. So turn, chain 3, and again always in between and starting from the first space. You should make totally 29 DC stitches, and if we will count with our first 3 chain, you will get 30 stitches. So go ahead and continue to crochet along all the sides as you did before, crocheting in between. You should always help with your finger, you see, to find the space. So go ahead and make as many rows as indicated in the pattern. So, as you can see, we made our bottom and main part. This is only one part of the bag, and now we will start to crochet our handle, which will be here. We always crochet from 3 sides, this one, and this one. So this is our work where we are crocheting. Let's start to make the handle. For this we make 3 chain, and now making the first handle row, we should skip this first space and make the next stitch into the next space. Again, after this, skip this space and start to crochet from here, from this space, and we should make 22 DC stitches starting from this point. So we made 22 DC stitches. Now we should skip this space and make 1 DC into this space, into the next one. Now we are skipping this space and make DC into our last space. So totally you should get, including these 3 chain, which we count as the first DC, you should get 26 stitches in this row. So turn and start to make the next row. You are making by the same way, you are skipping this first space, make the first stitch into the next space. Again, skip this space and start to make next stitches into the next space. Make 18 DC stitches. So go ahead and make 18 DC stitches. So I made 18 stitches. We are making the second handle row. Now we skip this space and make, so we are skipping this space and make the DC stitch into this one. Again, skip 1 space and make the last DC into the last space. And totally in this row you should get 22 stitches. Again, turn, chain 3, and we are starting to make the third row. Again, we are skipping this first space, make 1 stitch into the next space, skipping 1 space, starting from the next one, we should make 14 DC stitches. So go ahead and make 14 stitches. So I made 14 stitches and now I am skipping this space and make the stitch into the next space. Again, skip this space and make the stitch into our last space. Turn and start the next row. You already can see how we are shaping our handle. Again, we start with chain 3, and again the first space we are skipping, make the double crochet into the next space. Again, this space we are skipping, and starting from the next space just make 10 DC stitches. Go ahead and make 10 DC stitches. So I made 10 stitches, and now again, as we did before, we are skipping this space and make 1 stitch here into the next one, and again skipping this space and make into the last space. And in this row, which is our row number 4, we should get 14 stitches at the end. Turn, chain 3, and start to make the row number 5. Again, you should skip this first space and make double crochet into the next space. Skipping the next space, you should start from this one, you should make 6 double crochet. So I make the last one here, and again we should skip this space, make 1 double crochet into the next space, skip this one and make double crochet into the last space. So here it is. You can see how our piece looks like. So this is the shaping of our handle. Starting from the next row, we should stop to skip the stitches. So we just make 3 chain. And again, like we did before, we should make DC stitches in between DC stitches. And it will be 9 DC stitches. And including chain 3 at the beginning, you should make 10 stitches totally. So go ahead and finish this row. So I finished this row. You can see how we are shaping our handle. You should make as many rows as indicated in the pattern, and you will get the piece like this. So I finished 2 pieces of the bag, which are absolutely the same, you can see. So, and now I have to join them. I prefer to join using the tapestry needle and the yarn. So just passing the yarn and start joining. This yarn is from some point is really perfect because you don't see any imperfection, and actually you can work as you want with it. So making fast stitches, just try to join row to row. So go ahead and just join all along the back from both sides and also from the bottom. So I finished to join. You see the main part, the bottom, and our bag looks like this. You can see is absolutely fantastic because we don't see any joining. I love this yarn. Any imperfection, we don't see it. And now we have to join the handle, these 2 parts of the handle. We are making by the same way. Here we are making joining stitch to stitch, always by the yarn and the needle. So just go ahead and join completely here on the top our handle. So you can see I joined here the handle, and the last thing which we should do is finish here our part. So we will join the both sides of the top of our handle. So just go ahead. Here you are joining, important if you are joining on the same level. You can see that our seam is absolutely invisible. So you can take the other piece of yarn which we have inside, just fix with this tail if you don't have it enough. So I will take the other one. I just use the yarn tails which I have in order not to have too much of them in my bag. And a second. So I can just do like this. Okay, this tail I want to enter. Oh, wait a second. Okay. It's absolutely crazy that this tail doesn't want to enter. Okay. Okay, got it. So go ahead and just try to arrive to the same level as from the other side. Okay, some other stitches. Okay. Okay, here it is, and it is ready.